Welcome to another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. I am your host, Lionel McDonald. So as we roll through the month of November and into December, we've had obviously lots of different things happen in the hip hop world. But what is unique, we've passed in November, so it's just unbelievable that this album is this old. So it's Mobb Deep's third studio album on Loud Records. We all know the infamous. It's kind of almost the sequel to that super acclaimed album. Um, but that album is like 26 years old. It's unbelievable. And I know we kind of celebrated a little bit last year as it turned 25. But Hell on Earth is an album that from Mobb Deep's collection we don't talk that much about because it's so overshadowed by the infamous. But Hell on Earth definitely needs to get its flowers. And we just think of even who's on the album, Nas, Raekwon, Method Man, all made appearances. Nas and Raekwon and Ghostface, along with Raekwon on a second track, all made appearances on the infamous, along with Q-Tip. We also got an appearance from Big Noid. And then we think about the obviously the tracks that were on the song. Most notably, people know the title track "Hell on Earth." But the first song that I heard from the album was "Drop a Gem," and that was actually a diss song to Tupac because he had released previously "Hit 'Em Up," where he went at Mobb Deep, he went at Nas, he went at definitely at Biggie and everything at Bad Boy. So that was their kind of response song. And then Godfather Part 3 or God Part 3 is the other song that most people know about. So when you think about this CD, this became the age of enhanced CDs. So I know, crazy to even think about enhanced CDs. But the whole idea, it was really to kind of give you extra information and elevated quality in a CD. Now the challenge is that it was difficult to record or difficult to burn if you had to burn it for whatever reason. But that was that age. So if you think about Mobb Deep, obviously it's their third album. The successful one is obviously the infamous, but Juvenile Hell was their first album, and took a little time from Large Professor and obviously Q-Tip, which really was a mentor to them to help shape the album that became the infamous. And they truly then, after their first album, Juvenile Hell, they just didn't capture the sound that they thought they should have sounded like. Now I think they got a little older and the voices got a little bit deeper, and they were able to kind of improve on their wordplay and how they flow. And then Havoc's production just continued to grow. So this one is a much darker album, maybe the darkest album that they have. And anytime when you think of daylight savings and the winter and snow starting falling, every November I kind of go into a Hell on Earth mode. So it's eerie, the whether it's the piano strings or even the film scores that are used in the entire album. It feels like a movie. And that's one of the great things that they were able to do with this album and paint it. This album got 4.5 out of 5 mics. This is the same rating that the Infamous got originally. I think the Infamous ultimately did get changed to 5 mics, but it got well received across the board from almost every music publication, including Rolling Stone, including Entertainment Weekly. This album was a smash success. And we had people from their crew, Twin Gambino and Ty Nitty, that were also on tracks as well. So shout out to Mobb Deep on this particular project, and I think it continues to have staying power. When you hear Hell on Earth, the track, it's a special beat. Like the way that Havoc was able to capture what the album had, what the album and how eerie it was supposed to feel and sound, is pretty amazing. So for those that haven't taken time to really listen to this album, I strongly suggest you give it a listen. It is when we talk about classic 90 hip hop, um this is definitely one of the albums that you definitely should consider in listening to. And if you really want to catch the essence of what 90s hip hop was all about, that was the album. So in the comments, please chime in. Please let me know anything that you how you feel about the album. Where does it rank in terms of Mobb Deep's catalog? You know, my personal favorites, obviously the Hell on Earth track, more Trife Life, a sequel, is, because of the production, is my favorite song on the album. And it's like, it's Havoc's solo narrative, which is pretty dope. I also am a big fan of obviously Drop a Gem, Night Vultures, which is a song with Raekwon in it. So that one is pretty dope to me. And then obviously Give It Up Fast, the one with Nas and Big Noid, is a dope track, and definitely is a standout for me. So the audio quality, as again, because it was an enhanced CD, that was the benefit. Although it was hard to burn, the audio quality sounds different than any other album prior to this, and it was an evolution of how sound quality would be enhanced and move forward. But those are my thoughts on Hell on Earth. So take a chance. You know, it's definitely that winter album. But show some love to Mobb Deep, and rest in peace to our brother that is unfortunately no longer with us. And sometimes it gets to me that I can't believe that we're hearing Prodigy material, but he's not alive. There's a recent album that's come out, but yeah, I think this is definitely one that you should definitely appreciate and definitely listen to. So thanks for listening to this episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.